It was a tense public exchange between two countries that normally kept their differences behind closed doors. A news conference between Türkiye and Germany's top diplomats started off cordial, but soon turned heated. Their meeting in Istanbul came as tensions have risen in the eastern Mediterranean between Türkiye and Greece. Foreign Minister Mevlut Cavusoglu criticized Germany for abandoning its once neutral stance, calling on Berlin to return to its role as a mediator between Ankara and Athens. He also pointed out that Germany has failed to carry out rulings by the European Court of Human Rights and was in no position to tell Türkiye to follow the court's rulings as well. His German counterpart, Annalena Baerbock, said problems in the eastern Mediterranean could not be solved by escalating tensions. Under former Chancellor Angela Merkel, Germany long played a mediating role, helping lower tensions between Türkiye and Greece in 2020. But under Chancellor Olaf Scholz, relations have become more tense. So are ties between Ankara and Berlin now headed towards a more strained path? And to break down ties between Germany and Türkiye, I'm joined from Ankara by Klaus Jurgens. He is a political analyst who specializes in Türkiye's relations with Europe, and Talha Kose in Istanbul. He's an associate professor of political science at Ibn Haldun University. Gentlemen, welcome to Straight Talk. It's good to have you on the program. Klaus, what's your take on the latest press conference between the foreign ministers of Türkiye and Germany, where tensions ran high, especially when it came to tensions between Türkiye and Greece?
Yes, hello. Very good to be back on the show. Now, when I commented about the visit of Annalena Baerbock exactly on the day when she actually touched down, I was extremely optimistic. I was very hopeful that this will see a new step in relationships between both countries, in particular from the German side. Now, I am rather still a little bit hopeful, but I'm extremely disappointed. You mentioned the Greek issue. Now, it is not the Republic of Turkey militarizing parts of the Aegean. It is actually Greece militarizing parts of the Aegean by stationing troops on islands, which is, as far as I'm concerned, not in line with international conventions. Now, I heard from a colleague from the WDR, the Westdeutsche Rundfunk station. He mentioned, and he said, Germany has to side with Greece because it is an EU member state. But then I said, hello, please, hello. Turkey is a candidate country to exactly that same institution, and you have to really mediate. And this is fully in line what Turkey's foreign minister,
yes,
Cavusoglu said. Please mediate. Don't take sides unilaterally. And this is why I'm rather disappointed.
Okay, so there was one hot point of contention between the top diplomats when foreign minister of Germany said Turkey needed to implement rulings by the European Court of Human Rights. And now let's listen to how Turkish Foreign Minister Mevlut Cavusoglu responded. Then we'll continue to talk.
Sayın Baerbock şimdi Yunanistan'dan geldi.
If she came from Greece and spoke about the decision of European Human Rights Court, which hasn't been implemented by Greece for the last 14 years in relation to Turkish minorities, then I would respect her more. In France, there are also decisions of European Court of Human Rights, which they are not implementing for the last 11 years.
So, Talha, is that a fair argument that Germany has no right to lecture Turkey on following rulings that itself doesn't follow, and that Germany doesn't pressure countries like Greece to follow as well?
Yes, I mean, it's a relevant talking point, but considering the significance of this meeting and considering the frame of German mediation, especially for Turkish-Greek relations, I think it's an irrelevant argument. I mean, for the moment, some other countries, including Greece, has been, violating some of the European Human Rights Convention decisions, and there are still legal process in Turkey about the Kavala case. But this argument, bringing this argument and human rights issue at the forefront of this meeting is dysfunctional. So it is rather trying to push Turkey to the corner and limiting the impact of diplomacy. So yes, these issues may be discussed and these issues may be part of the broader political talks, but considering the priorities and considering the other countries that are facing the similar issues, bringing it is not a good choice. And it's also not helping to handle the current tension between Turkey and Greece. And also it's not helping to improve relations between Turkey and Germany, because this is the first, visit of Baerbock to, Ankara. So she could have started a better diplomatic ties with Ankara, but she preferred the alternative way.
So, Klaus, is Germany openly siding with Greece? And what's at stake for Berlin to have closer relations with Athens while sidelining Turkey?
Well, I can't agree more with my esteemed colleague. Yes, even taking what I said before into account, that Greece is an EU member state and that the selling of submarines, of course, cannot be blocked by the German government unless they would impose strict sanctions. It is a private commercial matter, as the foreign minister said, in no mistaken terms. Now, I don't see Berlin stepping away from siding with Greece for the time being. Unfortunately, two issues, if I may very briefly mention. First of all, Frontex, the pushback of people in need, the migrant situation. This is where Germany should really say, in particular, a member of the Green Party defending human rights everywhere and anywhere else. Please come here, take a look, tell Athens, dear friends, this is a no-no. Secondly, interfering in the Turkish judicial system of Turkey. I'm never very happy about this. Yes, of course, it's a modern world. You can comment about developments everywhere. We have to, we do it. But in particular, the Kavala case and what happened in 2013, you have to understand that what used to be basically a legitimate protest by some young people interested in the environment was then hijacked by people with completely different motives.
Yes.
And this is no old man's tea drinking association. So I would prefer Berlin telling, I know there is the ruling from the European Court, but let justice in Turkey proceed in its own way. And these are unique circumstances. So yes, this is why I say I am rather more disappointed, but still hopeful.
So, Talha, Greece's foreign minister, during his meeting with his German counterpart, also called on Germany to suspend a joint venture under which Turkey is producing a modern class of submarines. Do you think his calls would be heeded this time?
No, actually, the purpose of all these encounters, the visit from Greece and Turkey, is to resolve problems between two NATO member countries amidst crisis in Ukraine. So, one of the purposes is to bring those countries closer and increase NATO's security. However, there are issues Turkey is concerned about, terrorism, and also there's a long-term investment and cooperation between two NATO countries, Germany and Turkey, about this submarine and other, military cooperation. So, which is under the frame of NATO as well as bilateral relations. So, bringing this issue, Greece can be concerned about this issue, but this has been handled a long time ago, and there's a framework that the problems between Turkey and Greece can be handled under NATO and a couple of other platforms. So, this is definitely a selfish claim from Greece, and also not only tries to undermine relations between Turkey and Germany, but at the same time, this move can undermine, reduce NATO's defense capabilities.
Yes. So, Klaus, Berlin had previously said it cannot suspend a commercial agreement signed by a German manufacturer. So that begs the question, if Germany wants Turkey to de-escalate tensions in the contested waters, why it helps Ankara to produce its submarines? Is there any inconsistency here?
Absolutely. From the side of Berlin, there is inconsistency. Now, you have to divide it into commercial law and bilateral state law. Now, unless the parliament would go for outright sanctions in this regard, there is no chance for the minister or members of the government to actually suspend what the company has agreed commercially. Now, within NATO, of course, as my colleague said, Turkey is trying to de-escalate tension in the Aegean. Turkey just became a food corridor role model in the Ukraine crisis. So I think Turkey should actually get even more impact and influence within NATO. And maybe I'm saying something which is a little bit premature, but Jens Stoltenberg, if I'm not mistaken, is going to become a leading member of the Norwegian Central Bank. Please correct me if I'm wrong, when he retires. Why not would the time come to give Turkey even more impact on this one, and by nominating a new Secretary General? Turkey is de-escalating, trying to de-escalate. Berlin should de-escalate, and when two NATO members apparently are at odds with each other, Berlin could so easily come back to this mediating role.
Yes. So, Talha, despite their differences, Turkey and Germany for years have managed to walk a tightrope in their relations. Has that changed now? And is this going to get more tense in the future?
Yes, I think it changed because despite all differences, I think the respected relations between Germany's Chancellor Angela Merkel and Turkey's President Erdogan has trusted relationships. So they managed to handle difficult issues. They sometimes agreed, sometimes disagreed, but at least Turkey, it was clear for Turkey that Germany was a fair mediator and tried to handle the issues diplomatically in a good sense. So for the time being, the current German government has a different perspective. I mean, rather than playing a more balanced role, mediator role, using the arguments that are produced by Athens and trying to pressure Turkey with irrelevant arguments, I think it's gonna backfire. I mean, this trust relationship can be undermined and maybe damaged, and I think Germany's critical role can be undermined in this process.
All right, gentlemen, we'll have to leave it here. Thank you very much for joining me on Straight Talk.